My heart rate's already up and I haven't dropped. This is not good.
Get it, dude.
So stage 1, you actually got a bit of a head start right here, and you could pedal into the trail. That's where the timing starts. And basically this entire stage is very flowy, lots of rollers, some actual nice berms like that one, and just a lot of pedaling and a lot of pumping. Probably wasn't the fastest line there since it added some turning, but I was going to cut across the off-camber, but it seemed a little scary, so I didn't end up doing it in my race run. Some good corners, and it gets pretty flat, so just a lot of pedaling still. This corner right here is pretty sweet. Got up really high and then just let off. Carried good speed out of it. And then back on the gas pedaling. Could have gone a little bit faster through that rockier section, but didn't. And then also needed to pedal a little harder at the end, but it's practically done.
Thank you. You too.
Now on to stage 2, which is a double black diamond trail, but it's really not that hard. So it's just kind of narrow and has a little bit of exposure. That first corner I messed up because it was already a little bit blown out from people hitting it too wide. I'm definitely going a little too easy up at the top, trying to keep my line on the narrow trail. A little bit of an endo turn there. And keep pedaling, more very sharp corners. This berm is really nice. Probably shouldn't have braked before it as much as I did. And hopped over the rock a little bit, but could have taken it a little bit more straight. And then to the right was a straight line that looked really loose, and I just wasn't keeping my head up enough, so I didn't catch it in my race run. So a little step up to a blind step down, just squashed it there. And then there's some little compressions here, some drop, and then another drop, and then just squash the next little bump, and try to carry speed as it gets flat after that. And it's uphill, very physical, and I was in a pretty high gear. A little bit of an endo there to straighten it up. feel like I carried pretty good speed through a lot of the corners of this race, which was helpful. And then here's the main technical part on the whole course, just an artificial rock garden. I'm trying to pump through it and float over the rocks as much as I could. And I didn't do a bad job there. Weird corner, and then it stays kind of flat. Trying to pump over the rocks, but it's hard to really carry your momentum with how flat it is. This part was really awkward. I sat down and unclipped, and my bar actually got stuck in the tape because I was taking it that wide. So I kind of stalled out there, and then lost a little bit of momentum for the flat part after the corner since I stopped. There's a line on the left here where these people are standing, and I yell at them because they're in the way. And that kind of got in my head, and I went off the trail a little bit right here, and stopped almost completely. And I missed another line on the left there, which cost some time. And then finished. I rub dirt on my hands because it's very hot, my hands are sweaty, and it kind of takes the moisture out of your hands, almost like climbing chalk. And this is stage 3. Top part is very, very tight, and I was going easy, so I didn't hit my bars. And also, it's probably almost 90 degrees at this point in the day. And I was pretty hot, so I didn't really feel like going 100% on this trail, especially because it was the second longest stage of the day. Really tight corner there. Trying to get through these tight trees was so difficult, just how tight it is. Did some serious wiggling right there. Very narrow piece of trail to thread on some of those corners. But now it turns into a different trail and it opens up a bit, which is a relief because it's a bit wider, but also more physical because a lot of the corners are coming up. Missed a highlight there. Hitting that highline would have really helped carry speed out of that corner. As you see, I lost some momentum. Really good endo turn there. I'm just trying to pump as much as I can instead of pedal just to save energy, especially with how hot it is. Another really nice endo turn there. I felt pretty proud of my turns. The inside there, Not sure if it was any faster. Hard on the pedals right here. Still very pedally. Felt like I was going to throw up at this point probably. And that's the finish.
Feels like freaking 88 degrees out. And eating 2 cheese sandwiches is not a good idea before the last 2 stages. So I was about to throw them up on stage 3. So the stage is really short. Like, shortest one in the race. But it has a sprint. So if I throw up because of this heat, it'll be fun. And I can't get my heart rate down. But we're gonna give it a go anyway.
Start of stage 4. In this top narrow part I had decent pace. Hard on the pedals again. Stage 4 is the shortest stage of the day. Little compression there. Still trying to pedal. There's a weird tight part with the tree right here that kind of just sucks your speed. I found it hard to carry speed through there. And then this section of the trail was so washed out from people going over the edge that I practically stopped. Barely carried speed out of that. And then another really washed out section made me stop, which is pretty costly on a stage that is barely over a minute. Then hard on the pedals again. That's stage 4.